Where there is no guidance, a nation falls. But in an abundance of counselors, there is safety. That's from the Bible. It's also the slogan of Israel's Mossad intelligence agency, appropriate since the agency is famed for its covert intelligence gathering and spying. Mossad agents obtain extensive amount of cultural insight and top secret information, sometimes by covertly living abroad and sometimes by infiltrating other nations under various aliases. In the past, agents spied in the usual ways, such as the quote-unquote cloak and dagger. But today, that's changing. It's the fault of AI-driven facial recognition technology and the fact that it's gradually becoming available on the civilian market. This complicates agents' abilities to keep their identities, something of which the Mossad is only too aware.
For normal people, this technology is good. It's certainly an experience. For people who don't want to be recognized so much, it's a challenge of another order.
In 2010, Mossad agents allegedly assassinated prominent Hamas member Mahmoud al-Mabhouh in a hotel in Dubai. The agents were captured on the hotel security cameras. Although they were able to flee, the concerns being raised are what if this technology prevented the agents' mission in the first place or exposed their identities? Agents operating abroad rely on anonymity. In the modern world, that appears to be a privilege not many of us have. Besides the obvious objective of remaining anonymous in the field, the technological leap of facial recognition has created a much bigger problem: crossing borders. A common tactic Mossad agents would use when crossing national boundaries is to use another person's passport and assume their identity. But today's more recent biometric passports have an embedded electronic microprocessor chip to authenticate the identity of the passport holder. This makes it harder for agents to slip into a country under a new alias.
I said I won't elaborate, but you can imagine that a large part of the agency's problems or challenges speak to the fact that your passport is, essentially, in your fingerprint, in your retina, or in your face. Nowadays, your presence at the border crossing is different. It's not the same border crossing from years ago. These are not the biometric challenges of the past. This arena, which affects us very much, has changed beyond recognition and is dramatically rising.
Biometric passports are not the only scenarios where facial recognition is applied.
The revolution today is the scalability of this kind of solutions to replace, for example, security guards that need to look only can look at only dozens of cameras, and today using this kind of solutions can now look on thousands of cameras.
Axon Vision Analytics is one of several high-tech startups supplying smart surveillance, which in addition to facial recognition offers drone cameras and tracking capabilities.
If, for example, someone is caught on a specific time and then he returns maybe to the same sensor, maybe to another sensor, and that's the exact problem of identifying and tracking him between different maybe geographical areas. Maybe he took on a plane and landed in someone else. And if we have this kind of information, or we are recording, or maybe we're doing it online, we can use these kind of algorithms to extract the identity of this person.
And what can be used for facial recognition can be obtained from our own social media accounts.
Application-wise, it's very easy. For pretty much every developer today, tap to a data set, an open data sets like Facebook, or every kind of LinkedIn, or every kind of data set that have faces and names, and connect it.
And although their clients are primarily in government and law enforcement, we raise concerns regarding entities corrupting the system for nefarious means.
You have concerns on interception and copying technology extremely when your technology is mobile and moving around. If it's drones or type of vehicles, or even cameras you put and someone can take down.
And in order to identify someone in a crowd, for example, you need a database with an individual's information for the technology to work.
Unless he has the painting of the images to the names, like we said before. And that's always being saved on in-house. Not our house, the client house.
But while some raise concerns about both how this technology can endanger those dependent on anonymity and potential conflict through integrating both the public and private sector, others worry about its effectiveness in the first place and the possibility it violates potential civil liberties.
Facial biometrics isn't 99% certain. There are a number of examples where you can be picked out of the crowd and you are completely innocent. You're the wrong person. So there's an awful lot of work to do, and we must not assume, even in times where people are worried about their safety on the streets, we mustn't assume that technology is the solution to everything.
Meanwhile, some of today's leading experts in security technology believe that regardless of civil liberty concerns, with the capabilities readily available, it's only a matter of time before they become the norm.
So once you incorporate face recognition, you know that's the guy, Bin Laden, okay? He's the guy. Authorize your machine. So imagine technology-wise, not rules and not, policy. Technology is here to allow you to have the face recognition capability, to understand that that's the enemy, to pop up, shoot, go back. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's behind the corner.